Hello and welcome to this week's newscast from PEI. I'm Kelvin Ross. In this week's headlines, coal plant closures are announced in China and in the UK. ABB wins orders worth around $900 million for engineering work on Nordlink, the first interconnection between Norway and Germany. Costa Rica reaches a clean energy milestone by using only renewables for 75 days in a row. And Nexans is to carry out a major grid project in Belgium. China's capital city, Beijing, is replacing its remaining coal plants with 4 gas-fired power stations. It's part of an overall strategy to reduce the country's carbon emissions, as the government aims to create more electricity from hydropower, solar and wind. There's also a drive to restart its nuclear programme. Emissions fell 2% in China in 2013, the first decline since 2001, according to recent data, and the switch away from coal is estimated to cut carbon emissions by about 30 million tonnes. Meanwhile, in the UK, the last operating coal plant in Scotland is set to close by next year. The 2,400 megawatt Longannet power station came online in 1970 and was Europe's largest power plant at the time. It was designed for a 30-year operational lifespan and had been scheduled to close by 2020. But the plant has become increasingly uneconomic due to strict emissions taxes and the high cost of connecting to the UK's grid because of its relatively remote location. ABB has won orders worth around $900 million for engineering work on Nordlink, the first interconnection between the Norwegian and German power grids. The contract has been awarded by a consortium comprising utilities Statnet and Tenet, as well as German promotional bank KfW. ABB will supply onshore HVDC converter stations and a cable system in the German sector of the link. At 623 kilometres, the overall link will be the longest HVDC connection in Europe and is scheduled to go into commercial operation in 2020. ABB Chief Executive Ulrich Spiesshofer called it a landmark project that will support the integration of the European energy market. He said that the combination of Germany's wind and solar electricity and Norway's hydropower demonstrated that Europe had the technology to enable a sustainable green energy policy. Costa Rica has reached an environmental milestone by using only renewable energy for 75 days in a row, marking a record for any country in the world. The state-run Costa Rican Electricity Institute said that the milestone was reached because of heavy rainfall in the first 3 months of this year, which boosted the country's 4 major hydroelectric dams. Last year, all but 6% of Costa Rica's energy was generated via renewables, mainly hydro, but also from geothermal, wind, solar and biomass. The country hasn't burnt any fossil fuels for electricity since December last year. This reliance on renewables has prompted the country to lower electricity rates by 12%, and the government is predicting a further drop later this year. Costa Rica announced in 2009 that it planned to become carbon neutral by 2021, and it seems that it may hit that goal well ahead of target. Belgium transmission system operator Elia has selected Nexans for a major project to reinforce Belgium's high-voltage power grid. The Stevin project is seen as key to securing Belgium's future electricity supplies, especially in the coastal regions. The project will require Nexans to manufacture, supply and install around 60 kilometres of 380 kilovolt extra high-voltage cables, as well as supplying accessories and on-site services. The project is designed to improve the electricity supply for the West Flanders region to drive further economic development in and out of the port of Zeebrugge. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.